How's it going, YouTube? You alright, boys and girls?
It's me. Who is it?
Andy.
Fucking hell, it's you. It's him. Look at all these people. That guy's in a t-shirt. He's off his head. He's got problems, isn't he? He's wearing shorts. What's going on? Makes no sense to me. But we've had a long walk.
Yeah. We've come to this position here, this spot here, where we've done our second ever camp. It was my first camp in the Vango Banshee, do you remember?
Was it in the Banshee?
Yeah.
I was under a tarp.
And you was under a tarp.
Yeah.
And we was here in this position, and we thought tonight we'd come here because we didn't have time to meet up and do a walk, and sunset's in a minute, and we thought let's just get on Dartmoor, have a camp. I've got a new tent to test again.
Have you? What have you got?
I've got an MSR.
MSR.
A MSR. I don't know why, it always evades me what type it is. I'll tell you in a minute, it's on the packaging. So now we're going to try set that up in the wind.
Good.
Get some tents set up. This is our Dartmoor Christmas camp, isn't it?
Dartmoor Christmas Wild Camp, Dartmoor, something or nothing, Trev and Nath, tents, cooking.
Yeah, it's bitter cold, it's proper windy,
Yeah.
and I'm in a summer tent. It's not a Four Seasons, it's quite meshy.
I've opted for the Vango Mirage, Trev.
Look at him, look at this pack on him. It's like the old days, isn't it?
It's like
I've got mine as well.
Ain't got a clue what I'm doing.
See, I've got a big pack as well.
Hello, sailor. Look at the size of the sack on the boy.
So we thought we'd put our big packs today. Throw caution to the wind. Let's just do this. Right, so what I'm facing here now, I've got it to this point. It's a bit of a fiddle, to be fair. It's like a triangle at one end and then one pole goes down the back. And I thought that one pole at the back should probably be facing the wind. But looking at it now, this looks possibly more substantial this end. So I should have gone the other way around. So I don't know if it's easier to turn it or not. It's not freestanding like the Naturehikes because it's only got the 3 prongs.
Trev's found the secret.
I think so.
Trev's found the key.
Yeah, what I've done is swapped it around because it seems a lot more substantial that end. There's a lot more going on to keep it solid. So right. Now I've got to swap these corners out to get this on here. So if it goes up, it won't go under, will it?
I wouldn't have thought so, but
I've got it under for now. Here we go. So there we go, my MSR Freelite. It's an MSR Freelite. And nice in the old trusty Mirage. what I noticed with this, it's similar in a way to the Naturehike. I think if it was 4 legs and you had the attachments on the ground sheet, it'd make it a whole lot easier. If you want to put the outer up first, the chap that I bought this off, he's bought this, and you sort of put the frame into this, then put the outer up, and then put the inner inside. So it's a bit of a ball ache. They want you to buy extra things, so you have to buy that extra, which, you know, seems a bit of a shame. But yeah, the chap I bought this off, he bought it for him and his wife to go camping. It was a bit too small for the 2 of them, so offered me a really good price for it. I couldn't say no. Never had an MSR, always wanted to test one out. Here it is. Maybe a bit meshy for tonight, but it's got a bit quieter now. It's not quite so windy now, is it, Nath?
No, it's chilled out, right out.
Touch wood, it stays like this.
Could do without having another
episode.
Do like this view. This is Rowtor, isn't it?
That's Rowtor up there, yeah.
Do like that, and that's West Mill.
West Mill, yeah. So we're in between West Mill and Rowtor. Over there, look, is the old railway, the military railway. Yeah. We're going to do some Christmas camping, winter camping.
Half a moment now, I thought you was going to say Christmas caroling.
I bought some carols.
Off.
I bought some Christmassy stuff, but I think he'll like what I've bought. Alright, there is a bit of an issue here. I've noticed that like I said, I thought this was the side that should face the wind, but then if I come to do my cooking later, I thought, oh, that's alright, I can open this door and do my cooking under there. I'm shielded from the wind, but this door doesn't roll up. See, there's no thing to roll the door up where there is on that side, so it looks like I have got it the wrong way round after all.
Here we are in the old in the Mirage up on Dartmoor once again. Last time I was camping in this tent, I was in Brecon with the missus. Still, you know, it's a perfectly functional tent for 2 people. It is a bit on the narrow side. It does only have the one opening at the front. I do prefer, especially if there's 2 of you, being able to get out one side or the other, so you ain't got to disturb the other person too much. If the call of nature grabs hold of you in the middle of the night, but still, as a 1-man tent, this is totally fine. There's loads of space, feels solid, goes up easy enough, just a bit on the heavy side. Since the Lancian is still, I haven't had a chance to put it up since the Forston Ledge incident. I didn't sort of fancy bringing that and giving it a go. So this is home for the night. For dinner tonight, I've got a pot noodle fusion. Look at that. Thai green curry, pot noodle, king pot, beef and tomato flavour. Breakfast tomorrow morning, apple and cinnamon porridge. Got some cookies. And I've got some Belvita soft bakes. So basically, I was ill prepared and just ran into a supermarket last minute to get my food for the night, if you hadn't guessed that from the food list already. Yeah, that's it. I have mentioned it to Trev. I don't know if it was on the live chat, and I don't know if any of you guys have heard it. But basically, my Thermarest Neolite Air sleeping pad has a couple of the baffles have actually let go, which is has happened to quite a few people, so I've heard, and they've actually popped and it's got fat. But fortunately, at this precise moment in time, that's only happened right at the head end, and what it's done is it's actually formed a bit of a pillow. So I'm actually quite excited about that. I won't sort of make a complaint about it just yet. I suspect, though, when it happened, the specific conditions that it happened in, I'm guessing I was overinflating the pad. Alright? I mean, that thing was proper tight when it happened to me. There wasn't any give in it for when you put sort of 90 kilos of bloke and a sleeping bag on top of it. I think maybe I was asking a bit much of it. I don't know how they're constructed, but if I'm being 100% honest, using it with less air in it, still comfortable, still goes totally firm and tight when I'm sort of put my weight on it, probably less stress on the baffles. I can't honestly put my hand on heart and say it's not user error. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Right, YouTube. I wonder what I'm doing here. I'm Christmasing it right up in here. I don't know if you lot know, but I love Christmas. It's my favourite time, isn't it, Nath?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. and I always seem to be around people who don't love it, like Nath, and you know, I always end up working with people who hate Christmas, and I think I become even more annoying to them because of how dizzily happy I become.
At least you acknowledge the fact that you was annoying prior to the Christmas event.
So look, what I've done, I've bought some battery lights, which there's loads of different points in this tent to string them up. That's what I'm doing. Oh, I should have gone up through there as well, shouldn't I? Oh, we'll come back there in a minute, there's more up here. I'll fix these up, I'll get it lit up like a Christmas tree in here, and then I'll come back and we'll have a discussion about the MSR and see what joys I've got in here tonight, right? Right, ready for the big switch on? Watch this. 3, 2, 1. That's cool, it's good lighting as well, isn't it? Makes it look interesting. So here we are. I'm in the MSR. It's very low in here. Not a lot of room to sit up, but I was spoilt last time, wasn't I, in the cloud peak. It was a bit fiddly to put up as well. I didn't know how it really went, so it's trying to work that all out in the strongest wind we had since we've been here. But now I'm in. It's alright, it's cosy. I've got my Christmas lights up and all. That's a bonus, because I was thinking, how am I going to put these Christmas lights up? Didn't really have an idea. I just picked them up today. There's only $2.99. But yeah, there's loops everywhere. Everywhere there's loops. So yeah, I've proper looped it right up. Good. So, like I said, the tent, it feels quite low. Quite crouched in. I can't really sit up. I wish that the doors could be either way, you know, like the Naturehike Star River I've got, you can pin the doors up either side. So if the wind changes, you ain't got to reposition your tent, which is a lot more of a ball ache with this one than it is with the Naturehikes anyway, because they're freestanding. Also, the loops that the mesh door hooks up onto are really loose, so you have to sort of double them over, and then they pull tight, and then when you're fumbling around, you're like, oh, what way's that gone now? Why can't I get that undone? So that's a bit of a fiddle as well. But I must say, I think it's got like carbon fibre poles, and they're so light. When you pick up the bag, it feels a lot lighter. And the material, the fly sheet, the ground sheet, it feels a lot lighter than the Naturehike, but it feels more substantial. It feels less likely to rip, but a lot lighter.
Yeah, pretty much bang on 5 o'clock, and the wind's died down. It is proper cold though. Trev's been really active. No doubt you've seen decorating his tent for Christmas. For not even a whole day, just a few hours in a tent on Dartmoor. I haven't done any decorating. What I've done is I've sat here, got a little bit of a chill on, so I've climbed inside my sleeping bag, and gonna have a coffee, potentially one of my pot noodles. It's early doors yet, isn't it? You know, another 5 hours until sort of a normal bedtime at 10 o'clock, so anything can happen in 5 hours. We'll keep you posted. Chase.
So what have I got with me today? Right, I've got a new toy. I've got some new toys to play with today. This, see that? Naturehike. This is a little Naturehike stove. Saw Outdoors George with one, didn't I, when we went on our Patreon camp, and I liked it. So I've bought quite a big gas canister tonight. I've bought my home cooked stew that I'm going to tip out of the bag and cook in a pot, cook through. You can boil it if you want, but I'm going to just heat it through. And it's even got like its own igniter on here, so it all opens up. It seems a sturdy little bit of kit. And I've got this, a little 4-pot set, another Naturehike product. It's a bit like my OEX one, but it's not quite so frustrating to put away. Do you remember when I used to pack my OES one up and the lid just keeps moving around? This sort of clips drapes inside. But you can see here, there's a lid you can use as a frying pan. 2 lids you can use as a frying pan actually. It also comes with like 4 little bowls, a little ladle and a little wooden stirrer thing, but I haven't bought that. And it comes with a sponge to clean. And then you got 2 sort of larger pots. So I've got one to cook my stew in, and one that later on we're going to have some mulled wine. Going to cook up some mulled wine, haven't we, Nath?
Of course we are, bruv.
Christmas, isn't it? So here's my setup. Here, look. See? So it's got the hose on it. The regulator's over here, up and down. I've only got it slightly on, but it seems to be doing the trick. You light it down here, and just boiling up some water to have a coffee at the moment. I wish the vestibule was a bit higher up, and this bathtub bottom seems to be quite flat down, so I don't know whether I could pull it all tighter perhaps, but it's not a wet night tonight, so it should be fine. So long old nights in the tent in the winter, cold old nights, but I'm not too bad in here at the moment. Again, I got my OEX down sleeping bag, but because I knew this was quite a messy tent, it's actually not that cold in here, but I thought it might be, so I bought my Naturehike. This is a Naturehike down sleeping bag, but one that's the zip is broke, so I'm just using it as a bit of a quilt. I've just opened it up, and just enough to take the edge off while I sit here. I'm watching a Star Trek. See? Number 2, Riker, getting into me Star Treks. It's a full moon out there again. I always pick these days at random when I come out and camp. 9 out of 10 times it's a full moon. At the moment it's not that windy. I'm not sure what the wind is supposed to be doing. We could do out to an eventful night, you know.
So I've got me Thai green curry noodles. I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm anticipating them being delightful. They're f***ing hot, but this is a nice noodle. Quite like it, yeah. Well, I don't even know why I'm recording this.
Well, I was out there in the cold, filming in the wind, just filming some exterior shots. Got back in the tent. I tell you what, this is a snug little tent, to be honest. I felt a little bit cramped and claustrophobic earlier, but the difference, you know, I'm in here now. I've took my jacket off. I'm in my coat, even with the door open, and it's not that cold. So it's holding its heat right. Anyway, what's going to happen now? I'm going to start cooking my stew. So we want one of these pots later for some mulled wine. Just which way round we do it? Do we do the big one for my stew or the big one for the mulled wine? I think the big one for the mulled wine. I think the stew is going to fit in here fine. I'll put this out of the way. It's a nice little set, that. Quite good. Right. Nice turd down there. We like a bit of turd in the tent with us, don't we? And then over here, compostable bags from Co-op to put all my rubbish in. But here, look, my beef stew. Right, so we'll open it up. Tip it in. Now, looks a bit like dog food at the moment. It smells nice though. But once we get that heating through, it's going to do the job. There. Oh, there. Even just for a minute. Put the lid on. Just keep an eye, make sure we don't burn the tent. So we've made a start. I'll keep an eye on that and report soon about food. Here we go. That's hot. I think cooking it like that and not boiling it, it's cooked it quicker, but it's broken all the vegetables up. So like the swede and the potatoes have just all sort of turned into a mulch. But still tastes nice. So I'll post a link to the bags, but they're decent little bags. I think they're called Myler bags, and they're great for freezing in. But yeah, you can boil. You know, if you have a jet boil, you can just stick that in with a little bit of water, boil it for like 10-20 minutes. I usually go about 15 minutes just to make sure it's hot right through. Real gourmet food, home cooked food, on the trail without having to sort of mess about and cook it. It's better than your boiling the bags and your dehydrated meals. If you haven't seen the video, I've done a video of this. Here's a link. Here. Yeah, sort of cook it at home. Bag it up, freeze it. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Dinner on the trail. Okay, so I've eaten. What's this? Stick the old f***ing bottle in there. Let's do this. It's beginning to smell a bit like Christmas. Mouldy wine on every street. Fruit punch. Is it the same thing as fruit punch? Christmas punch? Is that mulled wine? Smells. Look at that. Little Christmas cake. I prepared this earlier. See? There he is!
Abba.
Turn that off. Alright, boy? Yeah.
Anything new, sir?
Yeah, got something else, you.
Oh, mate. Christmas cake.
Christmas cake. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's alright. Merry Christmas. Something
Yeah.
or nothing Christmas, isn't it?
Merry Christmas. Something or nothing.
Cool. Right, I'll sort my stuff out. You standing there, or are you going to sit back in? It's up to you.
Oh, well, I'm going to have a piss flap.
Alright, boy.
I don't know if you guys can see in that, but Trev, bless his little overly festive rotten cock. Cotton socks, sorry. He's only gone and bought out some mulled wine, isn't he? So he's eating me up a glass of mulled wine, giving me a slice of Christmas cake, wished me Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I don't normally do festivities quite like Trev does, but I'm quite enjoying the old mulled wine. It makes a real nice addition to the old...
It's good, isn't it? We should bring it more often.
Yeah.
Fucking hot alcohol.
We should do more wine more often. And
less whining.
less... Well, I think the hot wine or the hot alcoholic beverage to camping ratio is all wrong.
Yeah.
So if we introduce more hot alcohol and reduce the camping, I think the ratio would be about right.
What's the what other hot alcohols are there?
Can you have a hot mead?
Probably.
There must be.
Yeah.
And then you can have like an Irish coffee.
Yeah. Mulled wine is good though, isn't it? It's spicy, isn't it? It's nice.
I'm going to have to finish this off now because it's getting a bit cool in the bottom of my tin.
Yeah, you got to just finish it, haven't you? You can't drink it cold, it's not the same. But how was your cake?
Oh, love the cake.
It's nice, wasn't it? Waitrose, that was.
Do like a bit of cake.
Yeah.
There's quite a few other people out with tents today, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, a few people out this weekend, I should think. But it's nice and toasty. It's warm in here at the moment. I don't know if that's just because I've had me mulled wine, but I am nice and warm. How about you over there?
Oh, I'm toasty, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, once we finish filming and I close the actual mesh front of the tent, it'll really warm up in here.
I didn't realise you all opened up.
Well, no, I haven't got the actual fly sheet open.
Yeah.
I haven't got my fly open.
I wondered what I could smell.
Other. Talking about rotten cot.
Rotten socks, you said. Cotton socks.
Cotton socks, sorry. I keep getting the two confused. Well, Bert.
Well, Sanderson.
'Tis time, innit?
Yeah, 'tis the season, mate.
'Tis the bloody season, innit?
Yeah, what is it? It's 9 o'clock. It's not too bad. I might watch another Star Trek. Alright, Nathy.
Alright, Tribsy.
Cool. Well, have a good night over there.
Yeah, you too over there, buddy.
And I'll see you in the morning.
Oh, we'll see you at first light.
Chase!
Chase.
Well, it's 12:41. I sure just f***ing... There's like a horse whinnying right next to the tent. It woke me up with a start, but I haven't heard any other sound since. So I think it's all in my dreams. It's been very cold. It hasn't, I don't know, I woke up at one point feeling really cold. Almost like cold to the core. But then when I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I'm actually warm. Like, I'm not cold. So I don't know if that was my mind waking me up thinking I was cold. So I'm actually snug as a bug in here. I'm half out of the sleeping bag now. The sleeping bag's toasty. My mat is toasty. Not losing any heat beneath me. Anyway, just thought I'd talk some shit to you, you know. No night. Can you hear that? I didn't dream it. There is a horse right outside my tent. Hopefully it's not trying to get in like last time. Let's see, won't we? It's 7:02. Just over an hour till sun up. Probably take me that long to take these lights back down. Well, wasn't a bad night. Warm. Got a bit blowy in the night, but nothing to write home about. It was good, yeah. It's not the most eventful winter wild camp for a change. It's usually blowing a right hoolie, but I can settle for that. Out in a new tent, which has been really warm. I was a bit concerned because of how much mesh is in there, but it seems to be quite a thick mesh. There's no condensation issue because of the heat and the cold out there and the heat in here or whatever. It's okay, another tent to throw into the mix. Right, let's start sorting some bits out. Ready for the big escape.
Morning.
Whew.
I've been led down probably for about 10 hours too long. It's too much this time of year, isn't it? Oh, my back is so stiff. I didn't sleep badly. I mean, I had plenty of sleep and dreams and stuff, but I think I just led down for too long. My body doesn't like it. Oh, I'm faced with an awful decision of needing a piss but wanting a coffee and only wanting to get up once. Yeah, I think I've got to piss, then I've got to have a coffee, and then we can contemplate breakfast and everything else.
It's going to be cold on the old hands out there taking this tent down. Tent's wet. It's a freezing cold whipping through. Don't know how easy or it's going to be to take this tent down. It shouldn't be too bad. The bag is quite a giving bag. It opens along the side like the old Vango sacks do. So you can just shove everything in should you need to. Sort it all out tomorrow, dry it all out tomorrow. Or when I get home today. It's just the wind that's going to cause problems, I should think, out there.
Well, that was a chilly night, wasn't it?
It was a bit chills with me, wasn't it?
Got a little bit on the chills with your side, didn't it? But I had the old Thermarest Neo Air X light, and not putting as much air in it, it doesn't feel like there's anywhere near as much stress on it. I'm sure the baffle gave way because I overinflated it, adamant. Got my sleeping bag, had my thermal undies on, got my down jacket and that on. I didn't get cold.
I didn't use any of my thermal layers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that OEX sleeping bag's it's bloody warm.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good.
I did bring me sleeping bag liner, but I didn't use that.
No, I haven't bought mine for ages, but I hope not to use it because it's just something else to twist up independently of the sleeping bag, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than the fact that it was just a long night because of how long the nights are this time of year, it was a good night.
Yeah, we've had a lot worse, haven't we?
Yeah. It hasn't rained like that. The wind was quite calm. The tent wasn't getting flapped around.
Uneventful,
We
you could
all
say.
had coffee.
We've had coffee, we had mulled wine, mate.
We had mouldy wines. Bit of Christmas cake.
Spoil you a bit of Christmas cake, didn't it? That was a nice cake, actually.
Old Jan Reynolds come by.
Oh, was that Jan telling, wasn't?
Did he hear Jan in the night last night? Did it buy or no?
I heard someone walking through listening.
'Twas old Jan, see? Telling about his bunners.
Was he cussing and
Just
growing?
telling about his cussing and his gwains and his bunners and his gwants. And old Jan.
Let's have a look. Let's let the cold in. What a lovely, lovely morning. Misty out there, isn't it? Murky.
It's that time in the morning. We're all out of bed. Oh my god. So stiff, so old. This bit is normally where I put my back out, trying to contort myself into little awkward shapes.
Right. About ready to go out. we are. Packed away. No trace left. Just footsteps.
I think there might be some moisture on my lens. Oh, look at the clearness of that.
How's it going?
Oh, a bit of bunner, isn't it?
So, there we go. That was our last camp of the year, probably.
Yeah,
Christmas
2021.
2021 done.
Wild camp. Done, I think.
Winter wild camp.
That's my
So-
beard looking.
Thanks to everyone who's watched our videos.
Flat and horrendous.
Thanks to everyone who's watched our videos this year.
Yeah.
All our new subscribers and all our old
And the bold.
and the bold.
And the bold
Hoping
subscribers.
that next year we'll have many more adventures. Many more.
Many.
So thanks ever so much for watching. Merry Christmas and good night.
Merry
Cheers.
Christmas. Jeez.